Oh, wait. Kushal, are we ready? Yes. Okay, go on.
Should I start again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the Zoom Convection, where we share insights into social engineering with Susan Stanley. With our guest, we'll be discussing topics such as phishing and how social engineering can affect you in real life and much more.
Um, Amiel?
Susain is a cybersecurity expert and a forensics graduate from Derby.
He studies at Sheffield Hallam University and is wishing to do a master's in cybersecurity.
She runs a small business for bridal hair and makeup with her sister-in-law.
It's called Blessed Beauties, and she always had a passion to do something useful for society.
Okay, Kangana? You are muted, Kangana.
Sorry about that. I'm just going to share my screen. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the university, Sheffield Hallam University. So Sheffield Hallam University is one of the largest and most popular universities in the UK, with over 30,000 students from more than 100 countries enrolled, being regarded as one of the best modern universities in the north of England and has 8 subjects ranked in the top 20 of the UK. It is one of the top 5 modern universities for research. This means that you'll be taught by people who are experts in their subject and eager to share their knowledge and industry experience with you. Their research helps to make the world a better place and feeds directly into your learning. Here are some images of the university to get an idea of what it looks like. So this is why you might consider Hallam University as an option. Now, we are all quite young, but it's good to have an idea of what university that we like the look of. So Sheffield Hallam University has a strong background in health and social care, sports, science, and teacher training courses. The most popular courses in terms of the number of students enrolled are in business studies, biology, and medicine. So I think I'm going to pass it over to Susain.
Okay, yeah. So in also Sheffield Hallam University in 2020, we received the University of the Year for teaching quality. So this was published in the Times and the Sunday Times papers. So this award was recognized as a award for consistent high quality teaching for student satisfaction, and we received 85% for student satisfaction for the university itself. And I've just graduated from cybersecurity with forensics. So basically, it was the main reason why I've picked this university was because it's ranked the 7th highest for cybersecurity. So it was really good for placement, and they have really good student support and tutors as well. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for you to come to university. We do virtual open days. So if you guys are interested in coming to Sheffield Hallam, feel free to book yourself on. And I actually work as a student recruitment officer for the higher education for Sheffield Hallam. So if you guys got any questions regarding getting into university, personal statement, entry requirements, qualifications, I'm the person to come to really. But yeah, we'll start the rest of the session.
Okay, so I will start sharing the screen. Those who have joined, 11 of you have joined. If you want, please join. If this is a great way to interact with Susain during the presentation. So please either click the link in the chat, or alternatively, you can join the joinpd.com and type in this code NAPUUX. Now, as I can see, we are 20 of us here. 12 of you have joined, and shall we start then? The link is in the chat box. So at any time, you should be able to click on that link and join. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I will start this. There you go. Fine. I will let me know when you want me to advance. I will advance it.
Okay, so let's start.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, everyone. So thank you for joining this session today. So we're just going to be looking into insights into social engineering. So this could include attacks and as well as how to prevent these social engineering attacks and how to be careful. So hopefully today you can take away something small or even something big from this session. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just either put it in the chat or wait till the end, and I'll be happy to go through it with you guys. Yeah. You just next slide.
Okay, so here is a brief idea about some pictures. The link from the Times, Sunday Times.
Yeah, the Sunday Times said that we got the best university for teaching quality in 2020, and basically that's Sheffield Hallam. So that's one of our buildings that we have in our university. So it's just a brief look of that.
It looks very new.
Yes, I think they're planning. So we've got two campuses. We've got City and Collegiate. So yeah, they're planning to redo it anyway. So.
Oh, are they going to do even modern?
So basically, they're going to plan to get the second campus. They're going to combine it together to make it like a big campus in like 10 years time. So I won't be there. So I've already.
This is not a red brick university, isn't it? Usually, university is very old and.
Yeah, it's quite artistic if you're into art. So what I'll be covering today. So we'll be covering a few threats that many people are faced today. So we'll be covering social engineering, phishing, vishing, pretexting, tailgating, baiting, and how to prevent, some tips on it. So next slide. So instead of me actually just giving you guys the definition, I would just like to ask you guys, what is social engineering? So if you guys can just write your response, so maybe just give an educated guess and maybe what social engineering is. Even if you don't know, you can write that as a response. Yeah. So I'll just give you a few seconds just to write some words or any phrases or anything like that down.
Yeah, a great way to interact, and this could be a two-way process instead of one-way traffic.
Yes, definitely. So I kind of get an idea about how much you guys know about social engineering. So.
Okay, here the answers are coming in.
Okay, I'm going to give you a few more seconds.
Yeah.
Would you like?
So do they teach you to hack into other people's computer and all the stuff?
We do, but it is frowned upon. We can't do it in our own homes or like anywhere. We have to be in the university lab. Otherwise we might get arrested. So it's kind of one of those things. And then they kind of give us like softwares and tools. So there's something called VMware that we use. So it's like a virtual machine. So it's like a disguise of our own system, but it's actually fake. So we kind of use our hacking and then hack other sites. But we can't actually do this at our own homes because then we might get arrested and then they might take us away. And
like doctors learning the surgery on dead bodies.
No, we don't. Yeah, we have that, but we have it on our system. Like we have like a virtual machine. So shall we just go through what everyone's wrote?
Yeah.
So engineering that involves people or interactions. Very nice. Social engineering is the art of manipulating people's actions. Yes. Social engineering is when people manipulate others to do what they want. So a lot of time people can get social engineering through emails. Yes, that's definitely something that we'll be going through. Hacking people, yes, kind of, but we won't be hacking through coding. We'll be kind of hacking through other ways. So the targeted manipulation of people to try and get information or personal details from them. Okay. Is it like hacking or something? To improve social contacts and make global connections? Yes. Social engineering is the manipulation of people into performing actions or confidential information, regulating social change, development, and behavior of society. It's the art of tricking someone into divulging information or taking action, usually through technology. And we've ended it with, that's the correct definition there. So whoever's put that, that's actually quite correct. I think a lot of people kind of get an idea about what social engineering is. It definitely is a technique, it's a manipulation technique in order to get sensitive information. So if you just go on to the next slide. So I'll just give you a definition of my definition of what social engineering is. So social engineering is just a generic word. So it covers all the cyber attacks on a human being, maybe even on a group of humans, in order to obtain information or data for malicious use. So it is a technique used to exploit human error to gain private information. Okay, next slide. So ring, ring, that quick noise, that noise and that quick conversation led to a major security organizing millions. So in 2016, a hacker called the help desk of the FBI and had the following exchange. So he called the help desk up and told them that he was new to the company and that he couldn't understand how to get past the portal. So then the help desk told them whether if he had a token code. And then basically he said, no, I don't have one. And they said, that's fine, we can give you one. And then straight away, he clicked on the code and he had access to the whole computer. But what led to that? That was a mistake from the help desk side. So basically 20,000 FBI and 9,000 Department of Homeland Security records were released to the public. So that meant the hacker had access to all the employees' names and their credit card information. So just imagine how much money was lost due to this breach during just a 2-minute conversation between the help desk, and then he had access to the computer. That's how easy it is. So you might ask, what is the root cause of this attack? What is the root cause of this hack? And it's simple, it's people. It's people in itself. So hackers do social engineering attacks through the faults of our humanity, our human emotions and our feelings in order to get access to money or even like access to the computer. So remote access to the computer to get information. Yeah, next slide. So we're going to do the same thing again. So do you guys have an idea about what phishing is? So it could be, you could give me any answers that you have, an educated guess. It could be something funny, anything. Just put up your responses down and I'll give you a few seconds.
Yeah, type as fast as possible.
Yeah, type as fast as possible. Yeah. We have a bit of stuff to get through, so.
Yeah. Okay, now let's.
Yeah. So shall I just read through it quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got sending emails to people, acting like a reputable company. Phishing is an act of sending emails to people, yeah, to make people reveal personal information. Yes, it's an attempt to put up.
It's like children already knows all these things.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was thinking, like, you know, I wouldn't be able to answer it like this.
Yeah. I'm surprised you guys knew it because I think we had a presentation like this in university. Didn't know a single thing. I didn't even know what phishing was. I'm just thinking it's a normal phishing, right? But I'm guessing
Yeah.
you guys all know. You guys are more smarter than we all are. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of got it. It's the act of sending emails to people to make people reveal personal information and more. Yes, correct. It's an attempt to put up by frauds to mine and divulge bits of sensitive information from their victims. Yeah, confidential information, yeah. Very good. You guys are really good at this. I don't even know if I have to go through the presentation. Okay, Uncle, shall we go on to the slide? I'll just say my definition of what phishing is. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, so phishing. So phishing is one of the most common practices of social engineering. So this is where a criminal sends an email or a text to a victim seeking information. So, for example, this could be a bank account details. So this means that they might send an email to a victim and then ask them to click on it and then send in a ask them to log in their login details. So as soon as you click on that link, it takes you straight to a fake website, which is not actually genuine, but it looks like it's genuine. So once they log into the website, then they're given a login details to the criminals to access the bank account. So that means you're just pretty much just giving your bank details to the criminal, just like that, by clicking on that link. So you might be thinking what their strategy is, and it's to prey on the vulnerabilities in our human nature, so such as trust, fear, politeness, and helpfulness. So rather than the technical vulnerabilities in our computer programs. So they have done their research and they're experts in manipulation, like most of you guys have said, what social engineering is. So you may call them cheats, you may call them scammers, you may call them hackers, or you might even call them rotten scoundrels. But whatever we label them, these clever crooks are experts in tricking their victims into giving up anything and everything. So even from the money in our wallets, even to your social security numbers. So as long as there's stuff to steal from a fellow human being, they're able to loot it. So you can see here that cybersecurity is not all about coding or about computing in the computer world. It's about targeting your human emotions and your feelings. So they're basically messing with your human traits. And this is a very clever method and it's very easy to do. Okay, the next one. So does anyone recognize this person? So I'm guessing because you guys are all quite smart, you might just get it just like that.
Okay. Let's see who is good in history.
I'm definitely not good at history. I think we kind of established that.
Amia's favorite subject is history.
Oh, okay.
Let's reveal. That should be enough time. And okay.
Oh, clever clogs. So do we not think Donald Trump? No.
Everyone knows what Donald Trump looks like.
Oh, look at that. Somebody has actually put this. Winston Churchill.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. I think they're messing with us.
Yeah. Is this phishing?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, Abraham Lincoln has no relevance to social engineering. It's just, I've just thought about a quote that he's mentioned here. So you can fool some of the people all of the time and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. So I wonder if you guys have heard of the quote, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So this is the reason why we're having this session today. It's just to spread awareness of what's happening over the internet. So half of the employees that's even in an organization or even in our field, like IT field, they don't even know half of these social engineering attacks happen. They don't even know that how easy it is for cyber criminals to fool you. And this might be something that we face in a daily life as well. So it's just kind of like a spreading awareness so that we don't get fooled all the time. We keep on getting fooled where we have like data breaches or we get money stolen from us or anything like that. So taking something away from today is just a great chance for you to protect yourself, your friends, your family, as well as in the future, you might be working for an organization and then you might get in trouble if you start clicking on these emails. So if they lose important data, that means you're the person at fault because you shouldn't have clicked on that data. You shouldn't have clicked on that email. So this is just something for you to be aware of, and then you can spread this around and talk to everyone about it. Yeah, on to the next one. So, oh, it hasn't come up that way. So guys, I've just given you the answers, but we were supposed to go through it together. So I've got some tips on how we can identify what phishing email is. So I was gonna actually ask you guys whether if this was a fake email or a genuine email. So can you guys look at the red boxes and just tell me why do you think that the red box means something? Like, does it mean that, how do you know it's a fake email or if it's a genuine email? Anyone?
Yes.
Dear customer, if they knew you, they would have stated your name, the spelling errors, and they wouldn't send it as a HTML document.
Yes, correct. So, and how about the second one here? Just saying, please download the file attached to this email and update your login information.
If it was a real company, they wouldn't have spelling mistakes.
Correct. So yeah, so you can see here that it says please, but without the A. So it is very important to take things like this into consideration, because most of the time when you're like skimming through the emails, you don't even notice these mistakes, and that clearly shows it's a phishing email. And the last one here with the attachment, what does that show you guys? That anyone? So basically it's an unknown attachment. So you kind of can tell that you shouldn't click on it because you don't know what it's about. So if you receive an unknown email from an organization which provides a link on attachment and asks you to provide sensitive information, then this is definitely a scam. So most companies will not send you an email asking for like an attachment and asking for passwords, credit card information, or a link for you to log into. So one of the tips that I've told you guys is genuine companies do not request sensitive information via email. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Okay, the second tip is genuine companies usually call you by your first full name, basically. So can anyone tell me what the red box kind of shows you, whether if it's genuine or if it's a fake website or an email? Sorry about that. Was someone speaking?
Yeah, please feel free to unmute and ask your question.
So this
Don't they normally have their custom domain?
Yes, yeah, it's the email domain. So basically this is very clever. So it kind of looks like an advertisement that's, you know, like a genuine advertisement that you're going to book yourself on for a holiday. But if you look here at the email domain, I don't know if you can see it, just after the @ symbol, you can see that it's actually not a genuine email domain. So that's the reason why we know it's a phishing email. So usually phishing emails usually have generic greetings like dear valued member, dear account holder, or dear customer. So for example, if a company has your data, they will usually call you by your full name and probably direct you to contact them by phone. But as you can see in this advertisement that there's no mention of a customer, and some hackers do this. So this email is very convincing and perfect, but how would you spot it as a malicious email? The email domain. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so can we tell whether if this is fake or if it's genuine? Can anyone tell me why have I highlighted the red box here on the Costco email?
Is that the legit Costco logo?
That isn't. So if you can tell, it's quite subtle actually. If you look there, there's no 3 lines. So this is the correct one, the one at the corner, bottom corner. So you can tell this is the reason why it's a fake email. Okay, and one of the tips is that genuine companies have domain emails. So always make sure not to just check the name of the person that sends the email. Always make sure to check the email address as well. So what you can do is just hover over the email address with your cursor, and then you can tell who it's by. And always make sure there's no like additional symbols, letters, or numbers. So here you can see in the blue box that it's an example that I've used. So michelle@paypal.com has a 23 on the second bit. So that shows it's been altered. It's an altered email. So this means it's a phishing email. So this is not always a foolproof method, as sometimes companies do usually have unique or varied domains to send emails to, and some smaller companies also use third-party email providers. So this is why it's so difficult to kind of figure out if it's fake. Okay, On to the next one. Okay, so the fourth tip that I can give you guys is that genuine companies knows how to spell. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you guys can just tell me what the red boxes show and whether if it's a fake email or if it's a genuine email. So the first one.
I am struggling to find any spelling mistake.
Yes.
It all looks
There's grammar mistakes.
That's 17.
Yes. Why do you think that's why is that highlighted?
Because it's just not making any sense.
Correct. So it doesn't make sense, but if you know from a good syntax, if you're doing a formal email, it always has to be letters, 17. It can't be numbers when you're sending an actual formal email. So that's correct. So what about the one where it says, please fill this form?
I can't find any mistake there.
So basically what they said is,
Please fill this form.
please fill this form, but maybe it's been, please fill this one. Oh, maybe.
Oh, there are 3 L's or no?
I think it might have
Is it
been.
supposed to be please fill in this form? Or-
Yeah, please fill in this form, correct. So whoever said that, they would have been fully alert. Uncle, you would have been on. You would have just clicked on it. You would have been like, yes, a real email.
I will click on it.
Yeah, so and as well as dear sir and madam, that's generic. It's not actually talking to you by your full name. So the easiest way to recognize a scam email is through bad grammar, or an email from a genuine company will be well written. So little known fact is there's actually a purpose behind bad syntax. So as hackers are generally quite clever, you won't think that they're stupid. And do you know the reason why? Anyone? Anyone got any ideas why they might purposely do this?
Do you mean to say that the spelling mistakes and this are purposeful?
Yes. Why do you think?
I thought these are done by sorry being right.
To see if the person that you're sending the
Probably.
email to is stupid enough or like doesn't know very well.
Correct. That's correct. I think you know it.
What was that, Ashwin?
Oh, so like when you send someone something that's obviously dumb and they fall for it or they know better, then you know that this person is very gullible and you can carry on like tapping into their.
Already they are filtering.
Yeah, so basically, what they're trying to do is prey on uneducated people that they think that they might be less observant. So that means they're easier targets. So if they didn't recognize these telltale signs, that means they can easily be scammed, which is quite an interesting technique. But yeah, it works, I guess. It works for people. Okay, so on to the next one. So this might be something hard to figure out, but does anyone have any ideas? So it says on the tip that I've just told you, so genuine companies do not force you to their website. Anyone? Okay, so basically this email is basically a massive hyperlink. So wherever you click on this email, it will directly take you to the malicious activity. So basically they're straight away doing a malicious attack, even if you click it by accident or even if you've done it purposely. So sometimes phishing emails are coded entirely as a hyperlink. So therefore, clicking accidentally or even purposely anywhere in the email will open up a fake web page or download spam onto your computer. So you might have noticed this whilst you're browsing the website, that if you click on a picture, it takes you directly to another page, and then you'll be like, what's happened here? And that's maybe directing to a fake page. And sometimes you might have also noticed when you're trying to download a movie that they take you to like a weird page where you're like, what's happened? You haven't clicked on that one. And it's basically a fake website. It's basically, it's a fake website where they're trying to do malicious activity, that they want you to download that software or that file. Okay, on to the next one. So the next tip is that genuine companies do not send unsolicited attachments. So can anyone just tell me quickly, I think we've gone through this, quickly why this might be a fake email?
Like real
So is
companies. Sorry.
Yeah, is it
Go for it. Go for it. You can go for it.
Do like real companies don't ask you to download anything?
Yes, that's correct. So one of the main things that we can look out for is the zip file. The zip file, or we got the executive file, which is the exe. So if you take a look out for these zip files or those little words at the end, these are quite high risk phishing emails, attachments that you shouldn't click on. So unknown emails that contain attachment just spells hackers, basically. Typically, authentic institutions do not randomly just send you an email with that attachment. Instead, they might directly ask you to download a file, or they might ask you to download a document from their actual website. So this is something that you need to be aware of. So this is not always, again, it's not a foolproof method, because some companies might actually know your email address. You know, like a genuine company might know your email address. They might want to send you over things to download. But if you are kind of like wary or doubtful about it, just call the company up and ask them if they've actually sent you an email to download. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so, and this is the last one. So a genuine company links matches genuine URLs. So what can you tell from this email, whether it's fake or not? I think we've kind of gone through this one. So this is a very convincing email from Nokia, but what can we see from it?
Is it the subject? Because it says, have your stuff.
Yeah, that is something to be aware of, but that's not what I'm quite looking for.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Before it disappears forever?
Disappears forever? Not exactly.
No, is it info@news.nokia.com?
Yes. So do you know the reason why? How you can tell?
The news part?
Mm-hmm. So you can tell that it says, so like Gordon said, it says save your stuff. So why would an info news send you save your stuff? Like they won't do that. So this is something that you can be aware of. So just because a link says that it's going to send you to one place doesn't mean that it's actually going to do that. So always double check your URLs. And if it isn't identical, then that means it's kind of fishy. Like you know it's not a genuine website. And so basically always just make sure before clicking on a website, an email, and making sure it's genuine, just always make sure that you kind of hover your cursor around the email address just to see whether it's actually taking you to the right place and not the other way around. Okay, and the next one. So this is a final one, but I don't know if you guys can see this properly. I couldn't make it larger, but this is everything that we've gone through, but this is actually includes everything that we've just talked about in the last few slides. So if anyone can just tell me what they think the kind of the signs are that it's a phishing email. Don't know if you guys can see it properly.
It says
your customer instead of like your name.
Yeah, so what does that show?
Uh,
So yeah, so it's a generic greeting again. It's not showing your full name, so that means that
it should be just like hello, whatever, first name, last name.
Yes, correct. So on to the third and fourth one. Can someone tell me the reason why that we can tell it's a sign that it's a phishing email?
It wouldn't make you go to their website.
Yes. So it wouldn't Yeah, it wouldn't take you to the website, but if you can tell, so the first one that we can take a look at is the grammatical errors here as well. The grammatical errors. So if you look at online banking, it's actually in capitals and it shouldn't be in capitals. And you also look at it and it says, please visit, I don't know if you get it, please visit www.squab.com/active reset account your account. And that does not make sense at all. So this is something that we have to kind of be mindful of when we're like glancing at the email, because most of the time we might just skim through it. And you can also tell, what else is there? So if you look at the third one as well, it kind of says the person has not attempted to sign, what does it say? So the number of attempts in to sign in has exceeded the numbers allowed. So if actually a person hasn't tried to log into an account and you've received an email saying that you have, you know it's kind of fishy. You know that it doesn't, like, it's a scam. So that's just something to be mindful of. And the fifth one, can anyone tell me what the fifth box could be? So that this is quite a clever technique, what they're trying to do here, trying to make it seem like it's genuine.
I can't find any fault with that. It's perfectly all right.
You wouldn't have to click a link. They'd probably call you to make sure if there was a problem.
But that is the correct website, isn't it?
No. So on emails, even if on Gmail right now, if you submit a link, you can change what link actually comes up on the email.
Yes.
So even if you press a link, it redirects you to a different website, even if it shows that this website is this.
Oh, okay.
They can alter the email URLs. So I'll tell you the right answer for the fifth one. So the social engineer is actually trying to reassure the person that they are genuine by encouraging them to confirm the email is from Squab. So they're asking them to click on this link that to confirm that they're actually genuine organization, but that's a trick. If you click on the link, they're trying to make you like go on to the malicious activity. And the last one is something that we've actually just discussed just right now, is the URL. So it's basically saying that if you hover over, you can see that it says httpl://almo.us. So this is the original website. They've just altered it by putting at the end /squab.com. So it's not actually going to that website, it's actually going to the almo.us one. So this shows that the email is fake. So I think you guys have been pretty good at finding out what is a phishing email. So
they're all ready. They're all better than
all
me.
ready to.
Everyone is better than me.
Okay, so guys, so now what is phishing? So if you guys just write down your responses, what do you think that is? So it is quite something that you can easily guess, but I just want to find out if you guys know. So I'll give you just a few seconds.
Phishing, like, you know.
There's too many, I'm telling you.
So I think this should be a part of GCSE curriculum, isn't it? Now, for the is it part of any curriculum? Ashwin?
Yeah, it is. They do it in PSHC, but probably not to this extent.
Okay.
Not to this extent, I'd say, but they do the basic things. Don't press on random link. Don't talk to strangers that you don't know. Don't sign up for.
It's about grooming, stuff like that.
Okay, so we look at some responses. Okay, good. Yes, I don't know. Phishing is an act of making calls towards unknowing victims in order to make them reveal their personal and sensitive information. Correct. Making fake phone calls or voice messages. Phone call. Okay, I think you guys pretty much got it. So it wasn't a trick question. I think you guys.
So this means voice phishing.
Yes. So they've just replaced the silent P with V. So as we, so shall we
Okay.
go on to the slide? So vishing. So as we become more aware against clicking on malicious links in suspicious emails, some social engineers have gone back to the classic person-to-person approach. And this is called vishing. And you can probably guess why. It's just replaced the V with the P, and it's basically voice. And it's the same as phishing, but it's replaced by the voice. And it's basically done by phone. So what we're going to do now is just going to watch a video. So it's quite common thing, and it's a good insight into how an ethical hacker and cleverly socially engineers a telecommunication representative to disclose information of her target and gain access to the target's account, for instance, email address and their account. So it's so Uncle, can you go on that, not this one, sorry, the other one. There's actually a link at the top.
Yeah.
You just put that into Google.
Oh,
So this is actually a good. Oh.
I have to exit from there. Okay, let's. Oh, who is drawing? 1 second, please.
Thank you for the beautiful drawing, guys. Very entertaining.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the link. Link is here.
So it's actually a really interesting way that they've done it, actually. So. Also, you guys might be wondering, I didn't actually tell you the definition of vishing. So vishing is just an attempt to collect sensitive information over the phone. So they might often pretend to be a tech support, maybe from the bank provider, government agency, just to basically steal information about you and then impersonate you. Okay, so we just watch the video.
Social engineering, which is essentially hacking without any code. They just use a phone and an internet connection.
Do you want to do a sample vishing call?
What's phishing?
Phishing is voice elicitation, and basically what you do is you use the phone to extract information or data points that can be used in a later attack.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Who are you going to call?
Maybe I'll call your cell phone provider
Okay.
and see if I can get them to give me your email address.
I bet they're good. I bet they have my back. But yeah, go for it.
I'm going to spoof from your number, so it's going to look like it's calling from you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? My baby, I'm sorry. my husband's like, we're about to apply for a loan and we just had a baby and he's like, get this done by today. So I'm so sorry. I can't call you back. I'm trying to log into our account for uses information and I can't remember what email address we used to log the account. The baby's crying and can you help me? Awesome.
In just 30 seconds,
At gmail.com?
Jessica gets access to my personal email address.
Now, if I needed to add our older daughter on our account so she could call in and make changes, how would I need to go about doing that? You would have to send me a secure PIN through a text message? Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think I'll be able to receive a text message if I'm on the phone. Shh. Oh, I'm not on there either? So I thought when we got married, he added me to the account.
Jess uses my girlfriend's name and a fake social security number
5127.
to set up her own personal access to my account.
Wait, I'm sorry, so there's no password on my account right now? Can I set that up?
She even gets the support person to change my password.
Thank you so much for your help today.
So she just basically blocked me out of my own account.
I'll get her fed after this. All right, thank you.
Sorry guys, I muted myself. So here you can see how easy it was for her to get access to his account and even change his password. So as long as you have the full name, your email address and everything, it just shows how easy it is for someone to call someone and then get your account password changed and even have access to the email address. Okay, the next one. So we're gonna watch a video called I Hacked My Grandma. So we'll just take a look at this one.
Hello? Hi, Miss. Yes. This is Anita from Lowe's. Hi, this is Anita from State Farm. How are you today?
I'm good. Who is this?
Anita from State Farm.
Oh, hi there.
In this video, I'm gonna try and hack my wife and my grandmother. And I'm really putting them to the test. I wanna see if they will fall for a classic social engineering attack. The attack I'm using is called pretexting, which basically means I'm creating a story, a fictitious story, about who I am, why I'm calling them, and my goal is to get information from them. How much information can I get my wife and my grandmother to give me about themselves? Let's find out. And shout out to CompTIA for sponsoring this video. If you wanna learn more about what I'm doing here, go deeper, I got links below you can check out. And also, please, never hack anyone for any reason. This is for educational purposes only. My first victim is my wife. And here's my pretexting story. Through social engineering, I may have found out, and I do know this to be true, that she's been shopping for a new front door. Yeah, we want a new front door. I don't know. She does things. And she's been shopping at Lowe's. It's a home improvement store here in the US. And I know she actually recently purchased one. So what I plan to do is call her, acting like I am Lowe's. More specifically, I'm going to be Anita. My goal is to confirm her order and get her to give me her address, or my address, and her credit card number. Okay, so two things I have to figure out. How do I make her believe that I'm from Lowe's? And how do I become Anita? I'm using this, a Raspberry Pi, to pretend that I am Lowe's. Now, how does that work? I actually installed a phone system on this Raspberry Pi, a 3CX phone system. If you want to do that yourself, I've got a video right here. But using this phone system, I can change my caller ID, the number I'm calling from, to match our local Lowe's store. Now, I had to make sure it worked, and I also wanted to add to the story, so the day before, I tested it. I tried calling her, and I actually had her in the same room as me. She didn't know what I was doing. I tried calling her. She didn't pick up, but she did see that it was Lowe's, and she was like, oh crap, what are they calling me about? Oh man, I should have answered. So she already had the understanding that Lowe's was trying to reach her, which adds a bit more credibility to my attack when I do it the next day. So here we go. Can I get information from my wife? Can I elicit information? That's what we're doing here. That's one of the main attacks in social engineering. Just trying to gain information through a variety of means. Right now we're using all kinds of stuff. We're eliciting information, we're vishing, we are pretexting. Let's do it. Oh, and how do I become Anita?
Well, with the voice modifier, of course.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Keith.
Yes.
This is Anita from Lowe's. I'm just calling to confirm your door order. We seem to have misplaced the address on file. Could you confirm the address for installation?
The what?
The address, your home address for installation.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're kind of like breaking up on the phone. It's...
Okay, and what's the zip code? Oh, thank you so much. And also, it seems we don't have a credit card on file. Could you please confirm the credit card you paid with?
I'm not comfortable giving that over the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, can you at least confirm the last 4 digits for us?
Can I just come in? Like, I already paid for it and everything.
Yeah, it seems that we may have miscrossed the numbers. It didn't go through just right. Yeah, so you can come in or you can just get it to me right now. I can take care of it for you.
Okay. I'll come in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Victim number 2, Grandma. Now, I feel bad because it's almost too easy. Because grandmas, they are naturally just more trusting. And that's the largest pool of victims when it comes to this kind of stuff. People over the age of 55 are more susceptible to these types of attacks. So what you can do, public service announcement right now, is help the people in your life understand what these attacks mean. Share this video with them. Have them prepared. Maybe test this out on your family as well. Don't really hack them. Please don't. But do a little family pen test. See how safe your family actually is. So anyways, pretexting story. Through social engineering, I found that she was complaining about her insurance on social media. So that's who I'm going to become. I'm going to become Anita, because she's really good at this. Anita from State Farm. The story I have here, I actually ended up kind of feeling bad about. You'll see here in a moment. But I'm calling to tell her that her payment did not go through last month. Now again, I do feel bad about this because she thought, man, I'm not covered by my insurance because the payment didn't go through. And that's a common tactic that hackers will use with pretexting. You have a sense of urgency, like you need to do something. And that's what I was doing. So my goal here, same as what I had with my wife. I want that credit card information. I want your address. And let's see if she falls for it. Oh, and I'm using the same methods as before. To become State Farm, using my trusty Pi. To become Anita, using my voice modification.
Hello?
Hi, is this...
I'm sorry?
Hi, is this...
It is.
Hi, this is Anita from State Farm. How are you today?
I'm good. Who is this?
Anita from State Farm.
Oh, hey there.
Hi, I'm just calling to confirm your address for the policy.
Okay.
What's your current street address?
Hold just a second.
Sure thing.
Oh, I couldn't hear because the TV was on.
Oh, that's all right.
It's Claire's, Oklahoma, 747.
Okay, thank you so much. And also, just to confirm, I'm talking to the right person. Before I give you any more information, can you confirm the last 4 digits of the credit card we have on file?
You know, I can't even hardly hear you. It's like you're on speaker.
Oh, I'm sorry. They got us working from home now, so the connection can be terrible. Can you confirm the last 4 digits of the credit card we have on file?
I don't have it with me. I'm out.
Okay.
At my girlfriend's house, and all that stuff is at home. I'm at my girlfriend's house right now.
Okay, on to the next slide. So you kind of get an idea what pretexting is. So pretexting is, if you just go on to the next slide. Okay, so pretexting is just when an attacker convinces a victim to give up valuable information or to access the service or system using a ploy. So if you just go on to the next one. So identity theft. So this is just someone pretending to be you, which is the most common attack there is, and is crazy easy. So this is simply through social engineering attacks. So the first thing a hacker does is when they start an attack is basically they gather information about you. And this is all the information that you put out on the internet. So for example, your social media accounts, maybe you might post more personal information about you on some websites. So the more they learn more about you, the easier they can be you. So through phishing and vishing attacks, they gain information by impersonating you. So killer ways to get your data stolen is through something out of your control, and that is data breaches. So data breaches happen all the time. So this is through companies that you trust to keep your credit card information, your passwords, your usernames. And then sometimes, even though they're supposed to keep those data safe, sometimes it gets leaked, and then that means that it's out in the public. So here are some examples that's happened just recently in 2020. So Microsoft got data breached. So around about 280 million Microsoft customer records were left unprotected on the web. So because I'm quite conscious of the time, we'll just go past that. So you might be wondering, does anyone feel safe right now? Because after going through all these attacks, you might be feeling a bit like, oh my gosh, like what's happening to all the data? So in order to check whether if we've been compromised, we're going to just go to this website called Have I Pawned and just type in your email address and just to see if your data's been breached.
Yeah, if you check, if anybody has got difficulty in clicking there, please click the link Gautam has sent to everyone. Have I been pawned? And click there. And if you are happy, please share. If anybody want to share your screen, you can do it. So others can see. Have you been pawned?
So what does that mean?
Is this a trick of some sort? Because I don't know if it's safe or not.
It's safe, don't worry. So it basically means, have I been attacked or have I been breached?
Have you become paranoid now?
No, I can check it if I want.
So if you just type in your email address, it basically tells you if your data's been breached. So basically this means that the hacker might actually have your password already, just because you've actually put it out on the internet.
So if anybody is out there who has got a clean email address, please share your screen.
Does anyone want to just volunteer and just share your screen so we can just see? Okay. Yeah. Oh, no breached accounts. Very safe.
Excellent. Anybody else?
Does anyone else have any data breaches on their email address? No? I think when I did it, I had one data breach, and that was only for my social media. So like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And I think, Uncle, how many did you have?
Oh, don't embarrass me there.
Yeah, same here, thousands.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Can you share? Can you share, Binay?
I don't want to share. I'll read out 2,844, various cases. And it syncs up. Again, thank you for sharing. But I have kind of done this once in the past. The LinkedIn data breach, it's all in the data, and then a Dropbox data breach, which was again, and TalkTalk data breach, which is all in the public domain, and I've been part of it. So.
Okay.
So again, when the children grow up, as they use their emails accounts more and more, I think it's something bound to happen, I guess, isn't it, Susain?
Yes, definitely. And this is just something that you just have to be aware of, that it can happen. And that means that a hacker can actually exploit you and actually use your account.
Yeah.
So if you actually scroll down on the website, you can actually see where it's been breached on, the data breaches. So we'll just go past it because of the time. If you have been pawned, then go and change your password right now, as that means that you're a hacker. That means the hacker has your password. And then they pretty much can do anything with it. So they can even put it on for sale. They can even put it on sale for the dark web. So I think you've heard of this phrase where they say that you need to change your password. So it's really important that you change your password monthly, just to make sure that you don't get hacked. Okay, so we'll just go into tailgating. So does anyone have any idea what tailgating is? If anyone wants to just shout it out.
Yeah. Hurry up, we are running short of time. So just shout out. Anybody, please feel free to unmute your mic and you can talk.
You kind of can't get an idea through the picture. No.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I'll just go through it really quickly. So most organizations ask you to wear identification cards or badges. This is to show anyone passing by that you belong to the company. So for example, even if you're a student, they might ask you to have a student card just to show that you belong to the school or the sixth form or the university. So the same thing happens here. So basically a cyber threat actor might trick employees into letting them gain access to the company. So they might even dress up as an employee, and then whilst you open the door, with your student card, with your identification badge, they will just follow through. So it's kind of rude not to ask them to come in. So you hold the door open for them, and then they basically can come in and then have access to the company and then do malicious activity. So this can cause a huge amount of damage to your organization through data breaches, threats, malware attacks. So it's just something to be aware of. Okay, on to the next one. So does anyone have an idea what baiting is? Oh, I've said the example there. So basically baiting is where a victim takes the bait. So unlike, for example, a fish reacting to a worm on a hook, the person is actually dangling the bait to entice the target into taking action. So for example, a cyber criminal might just leave a USB lying on the table for the victim to see, and that they might label it as confidential or bonuses. So sometimes if you see a USB saying confidential or bonuses, you might pick it up and then think, oh, let's go to my computer and just plug it in and see what's on it. But that's such a mistake. So what happens is the USB actually has malware in it. So when you plug it into your computer, you're basically injecting malicious activity onto your computer. So just be aware of that. Don't do that. If you find something suspicious lying around or anything like that, just don't pick it up and inject it onto your computer, because then there's going to be viruses, all of that. So just quickly, how to avoid being a social engineering victim. Okay, if anyone can just quickly just put some responses that you think, like tips to give.
Okay, this is the last one, guys. So no, the last one is the feedback session. So please hurry up, type as fast as possible. let's see who has got 100 words per minute speed here. What is your speed, Susain? Do you type really fast?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I can like not mute myself and just show you how fast I write. You can hear me. Okay, good. So be aware, always double check emails. Great. Don't click fake websites. Uncle, do you just want to scroll down so I can just look out for spelling mistakes, email domains, dodgy downloads? Yes, correct. Be aware, help others be aware. Correct. Don't believe everything you read online. Don't click links on emails. Be aware of unknown links, grammar mistakes. Look out for the unknown. Yes, yes. Don't click on suspicious links. Check the links before clicking on them. Don't answer fake calls. I think maybe adults have received this where we get like scammers calling us on the phone saying, have you been in an accident? And then you know for a fact you haven't been. So these are calls that you have to be kind of aware of. Okay, perfect, guys. I think you guys kind of get an idea about how not to be a victim to social engineering. So I'll just go through the sources. Some tips that I have is consider the source. Make sure the text or emails from your bank contains proof that is tied to your account. Don't click on links or open attachments from suspicious sources, and never give out your personal information, and never leave work or personal details lying around. I think there was an example back in the day where people used to note down their passwords on a post-it note. And I think everyone's really against that now because you don't know who has access, who can access that. So hackers prefer social engineering because it's much easier to hack a human than a business. So since this problem is growing, and my goal today is to arm you against these attacks. So with the list of social engineering attacks we have discussed about and learned ways how to prevent, we can educate users and that uses the computer not to get fooled. So hopefully you can take something away today about, and maybe also help your friends and family be protected as well. I was going to do a blue kit because I did make a question, but I don't think we have time. So shall we do feedback?
So yeah, let's go for the final one. Please send in your feedback.
So this could be, if you've learned anything today, what have you learned? Has anyone enjoyed this session? And does anyone feel safe after this session? And what can I reflect on and any improvements?
I feel more vulnerable after the session.
Good. That's what I was trying to make
you have scared. Yeah, you have scared me.
I mean, if anyone's got time after this, I can do the blue kit so they can do it if they want as well.
The thing is, 5:15, they have chess tournament. So some of them may want to go. That's why we have kept a 10-15 minutes gap.
Yeah, that's okay.
So by the way, guys, if anybody want to know anything more about STEM, actually, Susain is promoting STEM. Oh, was that a wrong time to like?
Then I was reading the thing. That's why.
Susain is very passionate to promote STEM for friends, and then STEM. So yeah, not social engineering, science, technology, engineering, and maths, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. While they are typing, if you want to give your message.
Basically, I think there's a lot of stereotypes or even like a thing out there that females don't really go into like maths, engineering, computing, because feel like that's just not something that we're interested in. And it's not because we're limited or anything. I think it's just personal interest. So at the moment, when I did kind of choose cybersecurity, I was a bit wary about doing cybersecurity because that means there was a lot of males in my course. So even my parents were kind of scared for me to go into university to do cybersecurity because they felt like I might get isolated. And I'll be honest with you guys, there was only one female in my course, and she was a 40-year-old woman. So you can just see the reason why there's not much females out there for the course. for like engineering, for STEM courses. So I'm trying to promote females to come into doing cybersecurity, computing, engineering, maths. And I think the government is actually promoting females to come into more of the STEM fields. So that means that you guys, like us females, have more of a higher chance of getting a job at the end of the degree. There's also a lot more support for us to get more information, more knowledge, and trying to gain more people to come into these courses. But yeah, I hope the females out here today, I hope you guys kind of got an interesting, like more like an enjoyable session out of it, trying to see that, yeah, we can go into cybersecurity or we can go into STEM fields kind of a bit more.
Yeah, there you go. You have a role model here. Susain ventured out into cybersecurity, computers. And by the way, everyone, Susain has got Susain is a twin, and her twin sister went into the conventional pharmacy job, and Susain decided no, she is going to different path.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people ask me, you guys went down 2 different routes. So she's gone into pharmacy, I've gone into computing.
And you don't regret?
No, I don't regret. It's been.
You advise everyone to go into computing, cybersecurity.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Even though I said there wasn't much females, that's okay because you just learn to adapt to the males, kind of. So yeah, it's been good.
Okay. So there you go.
So a lot of people's feelings.
Oh, look, that was
Have I been hacked?
So there is an active hacker there.
They've already started.
Yeah.
That's good. I think I really wanted you guys to understand, be a bit more informed. I'm a very gullible person. I feel like the session might have been targeted at me because now I know I have to be a lot more careful with the things I click on, as there are many things I could look at to find out if I'm being scammed in the future. I'm glad I could help. Thank you, Susain. It was such a wonderful session, so informative. Thank you, Julie. I'm glad you showed me. Who's 83? Who's 83 in this session today?
I am only 82.
Feeling safe and vulnerable at the same time. I liked the session. It was very informative, very educational session. Thank you guys. Wagwan for you. I appreciate it, but your man's a bit shook. You get me? Feeling like a jerk man style. Okay, thank you. Thank you for technology things, Susain. Try and mango. Okay, we've got another hacker. I'm telling you, we've got another hacker here.
Oh, this is even worse. It is going on. Everyone is doing the same thing.
Thank you, guys. It was so lovely to even be here and do this session. I was a bit nervous, but you guys have been wonderful. And thank you so much for engaging with me. Kind of makes me feel good that you guys have learned something.
Okay, so who is saying the thank? Gautam, Alan, who was it?
Oh,
go
on, Gautam.
No, I think it was Answer.
Sorry?
It was Anne. I think she prepared it, the final.
Oh no, that wasn't me. I think that was you. And I thought you were the person that overtook it and everything, so I think you should end it.
Okay, so go on, Gautam.
Okay, thank you everyone for attending this lovely session. Thank you, Susain, for your wonderful words of wisdom, and we hope you can join us another day for more sessions like this. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Susain.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.